there, welcome to our channel. I'm Vic.
I'm Nick.
And we are MV Board Gaming. And today we're taking a look at Crown of Emara. This is designed by Benjamin Schwer and published by Pegasus Spiel. It is a 1 to 4 player game. Nick is going to go through how you play, and then we're going to give...
Hey everyone, welcome to the table. Set up here for a 2-player game of Crown of Emara. So I'm going to give you a little brief rundown of what you're basically doing in this game. So there's going to be cards that everyone has. It doesn't matter what player color you are, they all have the same cards. You have 9 of them, so you're going to play through all 9 of these twice. So there's going to be 18 actions you do. There could be more based on these cards, but 18 actions from the cards at least. So we're going to shuffle those up. We're going to deal 3 to each player based on your cards. You're just going to pick 3 of your cards right there. And red player is doing the same. 3. We are going to resolve a season event. So first we need to know where our buildings start out and where the players start. So let's see if I'm in frame here. We have right there, that shows the building. There you go. 35 is the number printed on the card for that. So we're going to move our buildings to 35. I've already done that pre-game. And we're also going to see where the first player starts. They're going to start in the goods area. They're going to start in the fabric. And then the crown, the royalty area over here on the city side or town side. So in Crown of Emara, we have the town side over here and the countryside over here. Countryside is full of very basic actions. And the city/town side is where you get to buy different things. So there's more to it in that side of the board. Over here, the first player, let's say it's green. They are going to get the horseman represented, the first player, and they're going to go ahead and put it down in the fabric side right here, based on that card. And then the other card, and the other side told you that the first player is going to start in the town over here, the royalty side. Then the other player is going to go ahead and select where they're going to start. And the game is set to begin. We draw a new event card that was just telling us where we start. Now we know at the end of the round, you're going to have a choice. You can either spend 1 grain or wheat to get 3 village, or 2 slash a ring 1 time to get 5 added civilians. So that is an option at the very end of the round for us. So we don't worry about that just yet, but it would be nice to have some of that left over to spend. Because in this game, the whole point is to get the most victory points. However, your lowest on the meter, either civilians or buildings, your lowest one is going to be your final score. So you kind of want to keep up with both. Right now, our civilian rating is 0. No one lives here. But our village rating right here is a 35 building. So we got a head start on that, and we have to catch these up. But they are going to catch up because we focus on that tremendously. And then these might lag behind. So really, it's a balancing act between the two. You want them both to be pretty consistently high. And whoever has the best of their lowest score will win. All right, so like I said, we did that. We're not worried about the actions. We draw 3 cards from our deck, and we now decide where to place these. We can place these anywhere in our spots here. We have 1 through 3, and that shows a boot and an arrow. So that's your movement. You're either moving 1, 2, or 3. So if I put 1 down there, and these are right here. If I put this stone down, we do the action, and we're going to move 1 boot. We're going to move either on this board or this board, and we're going to get a stone. So let's go ahead and take our stone here for doing that. And let's say we do a simple action. If we move here, this is a spot to get another stone. Or we can spend grain to get a bread. And you can do that in any spot. You can spend grain to get a bread anywhere. But let's just get another stone. So now we have 2 stones. Maybe we're going to go in for a stone-heavy game. We have bonus actions we could potentially do. Here you can see the bonus actions on our little cheat card here. So this is saying your movement, which we've done, our card action, which we've done, which was just a stone, and it's giving us bonus actions. Bonus actions are we can go ahead and recruit one of these individuals. They have a cost at the very top. It is typically 3 or more goods. I don't know. I haven't seen anything even less than that. They're all at least 3. There could be more. So you have to spend that in order to acquire them, and they'll give you instant actions sometimes. They'll give you, an instant bonus sometimes. They'll give you an ongoing bonus throughout the whole game, or they'll give you a once per round bonus. So you could, as a bonus action, acquire that person if you had the items to spend to acquire them. Another bonus action you can do is go ahead and put one of these folks out, and makes these actions even more powerful. So if I were to spend a grain and a wood, or 2 wood, or a wood and a fabric, I could place one of these people from my inventory, which I have 4 of, down on the spot where I spent, and it makes that action more favorable. Every time I do this action now, instead of getting 1 stone, I get 2 stone. So every time I do that, I would get, it makes this action more powerful over here. And keep in mind, these are only 1 action. Just don't be swayed by the fact there's 3 buildings. These just are where these people can go to make this action more powerful. But your action there is either get a stone or spend a grain to get a bread. And you can only do that 1 time. It says that right there, 1x. So you can do that. And when you do that, you do get a point on your civilian track. Just so you know, as you reveal these, you get points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 4. And the last bonus action you can do over here is, if you can see that board to the left, you can really upgrade you can upgrade yourself. So this can be, the first one's gonna be a baron, and you'll get a 3. You have to spend this ring here to acquire, and it gets better. So you can be a count, a prince, and you can see that the victory points are more. And as you go, there's a diminishing return, and you notice that these actually cost more, but as you get deeper into the deck, they are worth less. So the next person that becomes a prince is worth 8 to their civilian track. And it goes all the way up to Duke, where you would spend 2 rings, 2 coins, and you get 21 victory, or 21 of your civilian. And the next one here would be 17 and 14 and 12. So you want to be the first to get those if that's something you want to focus on. And those are the 3 bonus actions you have. Let's take a look at the cards, what you can do. Cards of various things. Here's one way to get money. You can spend a good to get a coin, or 3 goods to get 2 coins. This one's a basic one. You just get some grain. They're all fairly basic. Let's see. I'm focusing on the green player. Fabric, yep. Additional move. And I want to point out that you have to spend these movements. It's not optional. If you go to these and it says 3, you have to move 3, no more, no less. Wood, that's basic. You can get a discount on placing one of these people out. So now I would only need a fabric instead of a wood and a fabric, for instance, if I were to select there. Or I can get a discount on one of these people and only spend 2. So let's see if I have one out there I can actually afford if I would have spent that. I don't, because I have 2 of these, and none of these require 2 of them. So my discount would not apply. I would need something else. But it's giving me a one item discount to go ahead and influence one of these characters that give you those abilities. This is to do any action in the town area. And this is obviously the ring. One way to get the ring. So you have 9 of these. What you're doing is you're going to place 1 out, do the action, do what I just did, and then the other player's going to go. And you're going to do that 3 times each, and that will be the end of that round. The first player marker will go ahead and pass over to the other player, and you'll draw a new event. And you're going to keep doing that until your cards are out. You're going to do it again. So there's 6 total rounds, because you're going through your hand of cards. You're going through your whole hand of cards twice. So there are going to be 3 rounds of 3 cards. And then you'll do it again. 3 rounds right here, 3 cards each. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but you're getting 3 cards. And you're going through your whole deck, and you're going to pick them all up after 3. You're going to run out of these eventually, and you're going to do it all over again one more time. That's how I want to say it. Let's focus on this board right here, what things you can do here. It says on the actual board, but here you can acquire coins. You can also influence people. You're influencing what you're in front of, essentially, as bonuses. But you're getting coins is the main thing here. You can spend books to get more civilians. So 1 book per civilian. You can see what the scores are here. You can go here. You can spend to get a signet ring. You spend any good over here. If you spend wood, it would only cost 1 because it's printed on here. And these vary depending on the player count, but on a 2-player game, this is how it's set. So you'd spend one, and then you would turn it to make it more difficult to spend wood to get the ring here. So you'd spend one and you'd get one of these rings. You can also spend a book and get 5 building here. Again, all pre-printed on the screen. Here, you can go ahead and trade your bread that you've earned for more civilian, 1 through 3, and then it will be a multiplier based on this number, and this will also turn as you spend it. This one is spend a stone to get 5 building plus 5 civilian, and then you would turn it, like I said. And you can also see pre-printed right here, 1 wood for 5 building, and 3 wood, or 3 wood for 10 building. Here, same concept as this one, except now you're drafting some tiles that will give you bonus actions, or give you bonuses when you take certain actions. So you can see a symbol, and it says, all right, when you do that symbol, which is over here, you'll get a coin, and then it will go away. So you get to draft from 3 of these, and pick which one you want, keep it in front of you, and go ahead and use that when you use that action. And you also get a book for going there, and that's listed right here as well. You have to spend the goods listed just like you would over here. And those are your actions. You're gonna keep doing those, and most points, like I said, whoever has the most of their least, meaning your civilian or your building, whichever one's lagging farther behind, is your victory point total. You're gonna exchange some goods at the end. That's also pre-printed right here in order to get more. Whatever you have left over, it gives you things, and you can decide if you want to add your civilian or add your building. You're going to add whichever one you're least of, obviously, because that's your victory point total. You're going to go ahead and exchange that shows right here, and that's how you play. All right, welcome back for the review of Crown of Emara. So this game was one that was on my list as like a must-play. We did a video of that, and I'll tag that. Of must-play games, we both did a top 10.
Yeah.
This was high. It was in my top 5. I don't remember what number. Maybe around 3 or 4. Maybe even 2. Nah, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
It was high up there, and no regrets. I mean, I really enjoyed our plays of this. We played it back to back, and we haven't set up to play again, and it was really fun. And that's a spoiler. Obviously, I'm gonna like the game. It's gonna get a good score. Vic, what do you think of the game overall?
I had a lot of fun playing this game. All of the decisions are very meaningful, right from which of the 3 cards you're going to play, and if you're going to play it on 1, 2, 3 move, and which area you're going to move. Are you going to move in the countryside, or are you going to move in the city, in the town area? Mm-hmm. There's so much to think about, so it really feels like the decisions are meaningful. Do you want to progress towards your title and try to beat your opponent to get the top card? Because they go down in sequential order, and hiring people, when you see certain advantages, like, oh, I'm going to pay 1 less good, and a round bonus that comes into a bearing most of the time. Sometimes it's just an item that's for free, but that can be a huge help. So I really enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun playing it.
And like Vic said, a lot of options, and that's always a good thing. We have options as far as, like Vic said, it'll go down in value when you want to raise up your ability, your title.
Yeah.
So you can start at a baron, but they get progressively better, but they get worse as far as who takes them, after.
Difference.
You gotta take them earlier than later.
Yeah. And
so
even the spots too, how they change. I like the way that,
That's what I was gonna get at. There's another option that these actually go down. The earlier you get to them, these are gonna dial down, or dial up, I should say. That it's gonna cost more to get certain things in 2 different spots right here. Mm-hmm. Also cool. That just lets you know that, okay, I can go this strategy, this strategy, this strategy, and so on. These dial down as far as this right here, so you might want to go for a bread strategy and get a lot of bread and cash it in, and then it will dial down for your opponent. Mm-hmm. Or just dial it down because your opponent has 3 and they might go to it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's get that.
I did that a couple times with my 1 bread. I went over there.
Exactly. Yeah, you do that. If you go there with stone and at the top spot too, you want to. If you have stone and wood, you can really, increase 3 different things on your board. Yeah,
and that's another thing too, is increasing, your building as opposed to your village points. Or
yes.
It's hard to pick which one you want to progress for.
At the beginning, it's very clear, but then it gets pretty cloudy later on. Because you're catching up pretty fast, because all the things you're really focused on is getting your citizenry up. Mm-hmm. Weakest part for me, I don't know about Vic, weakest part for me is, it actually is the movement. It's 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. It has to be exact. It works. It's just the weakest part for me. just assigning those cards. That has to be 1. That has to be a 2. That has to be 3. It works. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I say it's a weakest part. What about for you? Do you have a weak spot?
Yeah, that part was confusing to me in terms of like, why can't I just stop and go under the amount? And so that made it one extra layer of thought of, okay, I should do this before this. And the free-for-all also of the of how you can take actions. You could really do it in any order. There's no like strict sort of sense of an order there. That you could do bonus actions in between, all this stuff. So I was doing a lot of takesies, backsies with Nick, and it drives him crazy. I'm known for this a little bit. And I would say, oh, I think I was supposed to get 2 more points from like this round. And Nick's thinking about what he's going to do. He's just like, you know, not the best thing to hear about. Jeez.
Yeah. And that could lead to some analysis process too. So when you're looking at this board and you're putting your first card down, you're trying to look at 3 turns in the future to see, do I actually need the 1 spot or not? Or the 3 spot or whatever. That could lead to some downtime. If somebody really wants to take that decision very seriously, I try not to. I try to focus on my turn and maybe my next one. If I do all 3, I'm going to have to sit there and really decide, okay, I got to do 1 here, I got to do 2 here, I got to do 3 here. Then your first choice really becomes critical because you don't want to lock up a spot that you actually will need.
Yeah.
So you could have some downtime there. I didn't care for that. But overall, I'm going to go ahead and give my score on this one. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Nice.
It is a firm recommendation if you like this style of game, moving around Euro style, collecting resources, resource management. You can spend resources to acquire these different people to help you out during the game. You can spend it to help you out on the board to get more resources. It adds up the earlier you get them. So, yeah, I mean, if you like that type of game where a lot of thought, a lot of consideration of what angle you want to take, this game is an easy recommend.
Yeah, and I also like that the titles that fold underneath your person, so you put a little new crown behind them depending on how far you've advanced on that. So that's one more thing I want to add that I like. Not a lot of stuff I disliked about this game, so my score for it is an 8.6. Just a little bit more than Nick. Maybe because I won both times we played.
Yeah, Vic is undefeated so far. Can't get her.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our thoughts about this game. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, let me add a little bit. Just expansion maybe. We can get some more. Maybe we can draw 4 and pick the 3 we want.
Drafting them, yeah.
More cards would be nice. You're set in stone with 9 cards, and you got to use all 9 cards. That's fine. I think it could use maybe a little variability in that. I don't know how popular this game kind of flew under the radar, like I mentioned in the previous video where I said I really want to play it. So I don't know if it will see that expansion. But if it does, I'm all over it most likely. If it adds some cards, some more choices of what we can draft or something. Oh, okay.
It's nice to draft those tiles, and they gave you that ability to draft the tiles.
Or even we can purchase these.
Yeah.
Purchase cards. Then it kind of becomes like a deck build almost.
Oh.
Not that I like deck building, but...
No, I think it's a good one.
It's okay. But just ideas.
So those are our thoughts about the game. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. We will see you next time.
Bye.